40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On first down, Thomas. And his first look is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Pretty move. And he'll get this one up to the 26. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shoot. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Solomon Thomas. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead,
and this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Thomas, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, Thomas. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharp. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Taken in at the 22. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 21-0 our score after 1.
Chargers 21, 49ers nothing.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center of the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The Charger drive about to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense? There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And this Charger offense is running away with this one.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't it? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
I told you. Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
25-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. If second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometime
now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw is Thomas. Throwing again. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
From the gun, Thomas. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. His ninth touchdown of the season. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing and maybe explode at the right time.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. 2nd and 3. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And it's complete. Henry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23.
First down.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He's going to look downfield for Henry.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 13 yards out. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter.
From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So here are the Chargers to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 30 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he rifles one incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Whatever the and this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Thomas. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good scheme going.
And 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Thomas winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one, maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, after.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D-lineman.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that
touchdown, L.A. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him. But how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good? They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Thomas. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Thomas now on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have a comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back, They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Here's Thomas. Going to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there. 1st down.
48-yard line.
From the gun, Thomas. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
6-yard line.
from the gun. Thomas. And this is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Thomas. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Thomas. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
84. 49ers.